Okay, indicators, my favourite. Here's a chart here, right, of the Aussie US. Now, every trader should have four simple moving averages on their chart. One being a 200, 100, 50 and 20. And you can see typically that price bounces off them all the time. Okay, so once you get a trend, you're going to get, if it's a steep trend, you're going to get a retracement, shallow retracement to the 20 or the 50. As the trend dies out, you're going to get it back into the 100 or the 200, and you can keep going with that trend. What I've got here is an indicator which is a moving average angle. So if, for an example here, if we take an x-axis and then a y-axis, right, we're looking at the steepness of the moving average from this point to this point, and if it's steeper than a certain amount, then it will change colour. So if it's up, it's steep enough on the up direction, it will be blue. If it's steep enough on the down direction, it will be red, and if it's in between, it will be yellow. Okay, so we can really identify, the velocity of the moving average. So we've got a look back period here, which is along the bottom, which is usually about 10 bars. And we've got a y-axis here, which is calculated by an average true range. So the formula really goes like this: if the moving average is greater than, here we go, if the 200 period moving average is greater than 0.25 ATR10, and with a look back of 10 periods, then it will become blue. If it's less than that same amount, then it'll be red. Okay, so that we can see either way it goes. Okay, so ATR is simply average true range. It's a measure of volatility, and we're looking for the average period of that 10 period average of that true range. Second one that I use is a momentum indicator or rate of change. Rate of change is basically looking at where the close price is compared to where a close price was X number of bars ago, and in this case I've got it set at 6. So 6 bars ago, if we move more than 0.3% or 0.4%, then we could say that we've got momentum in one direction. So then we follow that momentum. So this is the indicators that I use. One that I've been playing with lately as well is just doing a fan. All right, so using the same indicator, but between the 50 period and the 100 period, I just place another one moving average every 5 periods. Okay, so we go from 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, so it just fans it out. So typically if you go, if everything's turned red, and then we want to sell when we get price coming back up into that fan region up in there. All right, yeah, it's same on the buy side. If we buy, we want to buy back in that fan region. Sometimes it doesn't work, but it still gives you a good momentum. It works nicely. Worked nicely on the 5-minute chart on the sterling last night. Let me show you. So the nice sell in there. So typically as well that I would only really consider this something I would use during market hours, and that's during European and US market hours, not during the Australian or Asian sessions. The rate of change every 6 bars. I've just found that it works nicely. So on my 5-minute chart, I look for rate of change moving past 0.3% or 0.003% change. If it does peek into this change, then I'll follow the momentum on the downside. And I took a trade here yesterday for about 20 pips, and that obviously, you know, when you get a rate of change at that level, then you've probably got enough momentum to continue. Now, that's only worth doing, this rate of change is only worth doing at the open of the European session and the open of the US session, and or any major news announcements that come out. Don't do it during the Asian session because you just switch that off. So what I've got is I've got an expert advisor that will send me a text message that will alert me that that's happened, and then I jump onto the chart and go with it.